Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you how to outfit your entire garage for pennies on the dollar. How would you like to get stuff for your garage that you usually pay hundreds of dollars for 10 bucks or less? I'm going to show you how to do that today, and I know that it works because it's worked for me. Okay, so the way I do this is something called estate sales. Now, estate sales is a sale where someone's moving away or someone has passed away and the things that they own are being sold off. It sounds a little bit creepy, I agree, but think of it this way. It's almost like recycling because you're taking things that still have a lot of usable life left and you're continuing to use them. And if it was me and I had things that were still usable and I was gone, I certainly would want people using it. Now, we're not talking about some old guy's socks. We're talking about stuff for the garage. And although you might see socks for sale, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about stuff for the garage. So I'm going to walk you through some real world examples of stuff that I've picked up. Okay, we're going to start simple. Let's take an innocent looking water hose. That's got nothing to do with the garage, honestly. But you know what? These things take you out of the garage because you got to work on the yard, which I know that we'd all much rather be in here than working on the yard. So why pay full price for this? No need. These water hoses are at estate sales all the time. Nobody wants them. No one. I picked these up for 50 cents a piece. Moving on, clamps. You can never have too many clamps. These things are not cheap. I paid a couple of dollars for each one of these, all different sizes. Use them all the time. I use this thing all the time. You can really tell that I use it all the time. I love it. Why do I love it? Well, for one thing, it's a plastic case, and I drop these things all the time and blow the bulbs, so didn't do that with this one. There's a couple here. I've got a bunch of these. So many that I don't even know where most of them are. A few bucks. I got one of these recently. It was very, very old. It was made of Bakelite, and it has a long black cord, like a 15-foot black cord, $4. That's the way you want to go. Chemicals. All kinds of different chemicals. You know, you go to AutoZone, antifreeze is $7 or $8. I got it for $1. Windshield washer, 50 cents. That's for my pressure washer. I paid $2 for that. So all this adds up. All this adds up, and it allows you to save a ton of money to spend on other things. Okay, now I've been showing you a few small things. Now we're going to get into the real big deals. These are the things that help save a marriage. Trust me. Wouldn't it be great if your partner comes home with $300 worth of clothes and you're like, why did you do that? $300 worth of clothes. And she says, well, you spend money all the time, but you can say, well, not really. Here's how you do it. First and foremost, I think this is a 1941 Craftsman toolbox. These are big money to restorers. I paid $15 for that, full of stuff. This, I have a video on YouTube from a few months ago where I got this toolbox, and right out in front of it on the ground was this. Doesn't look like anything big, does it? I paid $2 for this, I believe. This is a 1930s Harley Davidson amp gauge from like a knucklehead or something. These are hundreds of dollars used in this condition. Now think about that as an argument winner. That handbag cost $300. Yeah, but this cost me $2 and it's worth $300. Wood boring. You know, I'm not much of a woodworker, so I never buy these things, but why not get all of these wood boring bits for $5? That's what I did. A buffer. All car guys need one of these. If you don't have one, get one. This was, I don't know, $8 maybe, and it works beautifully. Grinders, always see them everywhere. They're probably not as nice as this one. I did not get that one at estate sale, but they're everywhere. Okay, I have an addiction to bolts. I don't know why, but I do. All of this came from estate sales, all of it. And some of it is pretty amazing. Check this out. This is full of pull strings. I paid $2 for this whole can. These holders here, you know how expensive these bolt holders are. All of that, those green ones, the sportsman trays, look those up. Bass Pro Shops, what that will cost you. I showed you these wood boring bits. Like I say, I'm not much of a woodworker. However, if I can get stuff like this for this price, I'm going to become a carpenter. Okay guys, so moving along, I've got a few more things, but what I'm going to have at the end of this video is actual finds from today. I went to an estate sale today. I got a whole bunch of stuff for $4. It was so cheap I gave the guy an extra $1 to round it up. So I have a vice for vices. I've got one here. It's a beautiful Craftsman. I paid $20 for that. Can't even find those anymore. This little guy, this was I think 15. All these chemicals, well, most of these chemicals, estate sale, usually 50 cents a can. If someone's charging more than 50 cents a can in estate sale, it's probably too much. Okay, quickly, a few more things. Vintage tools. Loves vintage tools at these things. Like this, 3 amp, 6 12-volt charger, electromotive. You just can't find these anymore. I think I paid $3 for this, maybe $4. Air tanks. Free, $5, $5. Okay, so I mentioned how this air tank was free. How do you get them for free? Well, what happens is, it's the same companies that run these estate sales week after week. You start to get to know the people, and when they know that you buy a lot of stuff from them, they'll just start to throw stuff in, like this. Moving on, chop saw. I've needed a chop saw a long time. These are not cheap. This is a nice 10-inch Ryobi. It was marked at $45, but it was the half-off day, which is usually the last day of the sale, maybe second to last day of the sale, $22. More freebies, chainsaw. The owner happened to be around that day that I was at the estate sale. He gave me the chainsaw for free. I don't know if it runs, but you can't beat the price. Dremel. Beautiful Dremel with all the connectors, heat gun, more chemicals. But here's the real meat of why I go to these things. Tools. You can find some really good stuff there. Of course, it's often interspersed with some crap, but some really good stuff. Clamps, wrenches, sockets. And when you see this stuff, like all these sockets, it's kind of a mismatched set, but it'll probably be $2. Wrenches. Most of the wrenches in here that aren't part of a set, I got at these sales, and they're usually 50 cents to $1 a piece. And there's some really good quality stuff in there. Here's a great example. So I found this under a pile of sawdust. And I immediately knew what it was, but I was not prepared for the condition that it was in. This is an air tool set, Husky air tool set. Some of the things have never even been used. I got this whole set for $10. Okay, sometimes it's not only tools you get in a estate sale. You might find antique cars. For example, this English Rover came from an estate sale, parked in a backyard for untold amount of years, but it was sold in an estate sale. Super rare vehicle, 1,200 brought into the US in total. I have a series of videos about a 72 Ford F100 that I picked up. That came from an estate sale. I only paid $1,000 for that truck. And it had a new engine, a new transmission. It was a beautiful truck, and $1,000. Okay, I'm gonna show you what I got today for $4. Before I do that, how do you find these estate sales? Estatesales.net, Facebook Marketplace, just search around. Get to know the people that run the estate sales, and you'll find them. Hey everyone, short video today, but I'm super excited. I went to an estate sale. For those of you that know me, you know I like these estate sales. Today was 75% off day, and I got a whole lot of stuff that I just got to talk about. So I've cleared this space here on my bench to show you what I've got. Now, I paid the grand total of $5 for all this stuff. First off, 2 boxes of bolts. These are all carriage bolts. Price these at Home Depot sometime. Bunch of washers. I never seem to have enough washers. And there's a whole bunch, all kinds of other goodies in here. You never know what you're gonna get. That's cool. I don't know what it is, but it's cool. So, 2 things of bolts to go along with 5,000 other things of bolts that I've got over the years. Then I found so much that I couldn't hold it. So I grabbed this bag. I think that's Tennessee University or something. So I grabbed this bag that was also for sale. And then I just started grabbing stuff. This is super cool. That is Sports Car Club of America Solo 2 magnet. That's going right on my toolbox. And I used to actually belong to that. I used to race in Solo 2 and SCCA. So when I saw it, I knew exactly what that was. Doesn't that look great? All right. Next is this. I just bought a can of this at Home Depot last week. Satin black. Full. It's great for under hood stuff because it's not too glossy. So I've got that. Super important for those of you watching my Ford video, my 80 Ford pickup and the screaming belt. This is the stuff that you use to spray on it so it quiets it down. Most people don't even know this exists. They think you just got to change the belt. This stuff really works. Found that. This is a towel holder like this one, only this one has the bolt in the middle, so when you pull out the towel, it doesn't fall all over the place. So super cool. So that's going up somewhere. What else do I got in here? I never have enough of these. If you do a lot of lawn work, you know that today these things are cheap crap. If you get one season out of them, you're lucky. This one's all metal with brass, hardly used, if at all. It's a good find. This thing I pulled off the wall. This is a wrench holder. You put this on your wall and you just slide your wrenches into it. I'll probably never use this belt. I don't know what it's for, but I love the old Sears Craftsman balanced running V-belts. Isn't that awesome? And hey, who knows? Maybe it'll fit one of my projects. It's even got paint on it. This I picked up, and you're like, why would you pick something like that up? Why? Because I need this. I need that nut. My Jeep has one of these on it, and it has just a regular wing nut, and that is a super cool nut, so I grabbed the whole thing. Again, $5 for everything. Never have enough funnels. Never. I've got a million funnels, but none shaped like that. Check it out. Hose clamps. Now, these are the good ones. You know, nowadays the Chinese hose clamps are crap. These are actually, let's see where those are made. I don't know if I can see that. But whoever made it is proud enough to put their name on it and also number them. These also have the head so you can grab it with a socket. So I grabbed these, all different sizes. This one's big enough to wrap around your column to hold a tachometer, but all different sizes. This is like Christmas. Brand new, full. I thought it wasn't full, so I give it a little spray. Awesome. I figured I'd grab this cheap screwdriver because I used it to take this thing off the wall and it worked just fine. More hose clamps, brand new in the box. Boy, this is great stuff. Okay, I don't know what this is, but I'll tell you what I've got a use for it. In the Ford pickup, the thing to undo the hood, to pull the hood latch, is missing, and there's a pair of vice grips on there. I can use this. I'll just put it on, drill the hole a little bigger, put it on there, and put some JB Weld. Done. Pocket level. You never know when you're out there in the wild and you need to pocket level with a magnet. Look at that. Okay. Now these I see all the time. They look terrible, looks worn, but it's a Craftsman. This is an old Craftsman. It is in really good condition. Feeler gauge. Now this is not a cheap feeler gauge. This is a PT Tool feeler gauge for setting spark plug gaps and such. Okay, this is a whole bunch of metric wrenches. Now, granted, some of these are not the highest quality, but I'll tell you what I do with some of these. I often have a repair kit in the car when I'm driving it, an old car, and I just throw these wrenches in it. I keep the real high quality ones in the box, but I just make a little like to-go box with this stuff. And some of these are really good quality, some of them aren't, but hey, I'll take them. Oh, throttle spring, brand new. Always need these, especially when you do rescues. All right, almost at the bottom. What do I got here? Oh, more hose clamps. These are like the old, like an OEM style. That's a weird one. I've never seen one like that before, but it's cool. And we got a regular one. So we got those. Another feeler gauge. Love these. These are actually super accurate. All marked. I mean, look at the quality. 40, 35, 32, 30, 28, 25. This is awesome stuff with, you know, the thing to like make the spark plug larger so it'll fit the feeler gauge. This is one of the coolest things that I found. Okay, I'm at the bottom except for this. I don't know what this is. It's got these cool lights on it. It's got a razor blade down there, right? But what is it? Does this come out? No. I have no idea what this thing is. Does it maybe like magnetize? No. If you know what this is, write it in the comments, because I don't know what it is, but I had to grab it. Not often I find a tool that I don't need. So, again, plus the cool bag, all of this from here over, $5. Now you might think, hey, it's weird going to estate sales and buying some stuff that the guys passed away. Hey, when I die, I want all this stuff to go to somebody that's going to appreciate it. That's the way I look at it. And I will certainly appreciate and use all this stuff. All right, hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Before I forget, make sure you click and subscribe. Sometimes when I go to a really good estate sale, I do post it. Plus I've got all kinds of other rescues and such there. Subscribe and I'll keep you informed of what's going on.